what we have right here, ladies, gents, and non-binaries, is the first recreatable sequence break in Diablo 2 speedrunning history. We have straight Baal Wave skips. I don't mean bugging them, I don't mean death strats, I don't mean running stuff out of the throne room. I mean skipping waves in their entirety. Baal laughs, he doesn't spawn anything, he laughs again, and you're on to the next wave. Not only that, we can skip multiple waves, and we can skip all waves, including the last one, meaning Baal just walks through the door without you ever seeing Lister or any of the minions of destruction. This is insane. Not only do we have it, we have the science, the how-to, the visual and audio cues, and all the do's and don'ts of how to make this happen. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go through, I literally just finished streaming. We sat down and we tried to recreate this process and do multiple skips and figure out everything that we can about it. I did not invent this, but we just put in a lot of legwork, and I figured we need to get this out to people as soon as possible. Like, people are trying to learn how to do this right now, so let's get into it. For people who are new to Diablo 2, or for people who haven't necessarily speedrun the game before, the basic any percent definition for this game is starting a character at level 1 and finishing the game and killing Baal on whatever difficulty setting that the category is. So if you're doing a normal run, you have to kill normal Baal. What that basically means is you have to kill Andariel, you have to kill Duriel, you have to kill Mephisto, Diablo, then you have to kill the Ancients, you have to clear out Baal's throne room, and then you have to kill Baal. Nowhere inside of this do we have an option for a sequence break. There's nothing that you can really skip. There's ways of cheesing the throne room, and a lot of people who have been watching speedruns will know of death strats where you run all the monsters out of the throne room so Baal thinks they're dead. If you've ever played on a necromancer and used high-level confuse, Baal will see all of the monsters as not being there, and it will spawn the next wave. So we've had ways of kind of cheesing the throne room, but never straight up skipping it. With BT's correlation findings on how town portals are affecting different aspects of the game, and then Llama's video detailing a lot of those different effects that you can have by leaving TPs everywhere, it got a lot of people thinking about what other things they've seen in Diablo 2, and we haven't necessarily been able to replicate. People have been able to skip a wave in the Baal throne room by some means without really understanding how it works. While I wasn't around to see it, I've heard tale of it, and I've seen some clips of it before. Even Teo, in pseudo-recent history, has skipped a Baal wave at some point, but we haven't really understood how to do it. This led to Be Like LeBron posting about it and coming up with some of the information that might have led us to understand why this happens. Shortly thereafter, Bender Meets Fry actually went live and proved that this could be done. I'll try to add the link to the first skip below so that you can see that one. I quickly hopped on and tried to start sussing out what the exact requirements were. I managed to do it once by kind of accident, thought that was cool, so I figured I'd try to get it recorded. And what we have here is a collection of all the attempts. So not only do I have singular skips, I have multiple skips in a row, I have multiple skips in a single throne room. And what this does mean is that ultimately, if you got good enough at this, you can completely skip the throne room. Now, according to whether or not your definition is a sequence break changes from one transition to another, or if it's just a large enough amount of time completely skipped, you do not have to complete Baal's throne room utilizing this technique. This is the first sequence break. It's almost crazy that there's a sequence break now available 20 years into this game existing. What I have here is the first clip where I've skipped the first wave and also the fifth wave of Baal's throne room. I also have clips showing failed skips and skip attempts where we have multiple waves skipped in a row without fighting the first or subsequent waves as well. So I'm going to let this one play through in its entirety so you can kind of see what we're working with, and then we'll explain what's happening. You still have to clear out the entirety of the throne room.
To you and to the girl.
Also, one of our Twitch chat members actually just had their first baby delivered with the love of their life, so that's what we're talking about at the beginning of this. Congrats to them. Oh, it spawned.
Oh! Oh! Did
Okay.
I get it?
So that is a good indicator right there that we'll have a skip, and I'll go into more detail once we actually see the evidence.
Baby.
Okay, so as you can see here, we cleared Baal's throne room, we initiated his laugh, we got the skip, and we started on wave 2. I'll let the clip play out, and then we'll go back to the first example and take a look at what's really happening here. Hell yeah! We got it! Nice. Alright, so that's one skip. Can somebody actually get me a clip of that, please? Oh no, my timer is gone. Pop. Congratulations, Jim Bob. That's awesome. Okay, so we should be on wave 4. Wave 4 if I got it right. This might be 2 skips in a row? Fuck. Alright, well we got wave 1 skip. That's huge. Anybody trying to snag me a clip? You can do clip. Maybe. Just go in, dude. Give me 2 skips in 1 run. Alright, so pretty amazing, right? So this is, you know, about 20 minutes into practicing the technique, and we were able to skip 2 waves in the Baal fight, meaning we don't have to fight them. They never need to be part of the equation. It also shows that you can skip multiple waves if you can get the laugh track to play at the right time. So how does this all work? Let's go back to the first example, because I think that's probably the cleanest example, and we'll work from there. I'm going to be pausing the video and showing the distances that you have to travel, because this is just, it's precise, but you have a little bit of a window. It's a little bit forgiving. So for people who are not aware, Baal will laugh. He will completely finish his laugh. Within 1 to 2 seconds after that point, he will then do an animation where a light ball will come out of him and will land in front of him. And out of the light ball will spawn whatever wave you're currently on. In this example, wave 1. What we are doing is passing over the threshold where Baal is loaded, but the action, the Baal laugh track, that action is still occurring, and then the action frame of attempting to summon the creatures is also going to occur. So what we're doing is we're going to leave the throne room, despawning Baal, and then we're going to interrupt between the animation frame of the beginning where he attempts to summon the creatures and the action frame where the monsters are actually summoned. If you can interrupt him by re-entering the throne room, thus reinitiating him attempting to check to see if the wave is cleared, you will completely stop that from occurring and he will move on to the next wave. The exact specifics of this is a little bit conjecture, but this is our best guess at this point. So the 2 lines that are really important here to take account of are the lines that run across these 2 torches. So from this wall to this wall, this line is still considered within the throne room. There's a second identical line just beneath it. So what is this, about an inch or 2 down the screen, that again runs horizontal or runs diagonally, and it connects from here to about this point on this wall. This is the line within which you are no longer considered to be inside of the throne room. To set this up, I've been coming to this point right here where the cursor actually is in the video, waiting about 5 seconds into Baal's laugh, meaning there's 1 to 2 seconds left of the laugh, running down to this point right here, and then up to 2 seconds after the laugh has ended, running up just after this line and immediately running back in. Running up to the line will make it so that Baal has been loaded again into the game. And since the total action of attempting to laugh, do the animation for summoning, and then summoning the monster is running, we can interrupt that, and then if we very quickly leave the throne room again, it will attempt to read, see that there are no monsters, and then consider that wave to have been completed. So you'll watch me run from this point right here where the cursor is in the game footage itself, down to this slightly lighter red dot. I've been using this as like a kind of setup point, passing over this line so that we are now out of the throne room, running up to just into the mid part of this Death Lord. He's actually covering a square that we use as a really good indication, and then very quickly leaving the throne room again. If you get it right, you will have a bit of a delay when you walk into the throne room, and then Baal will laugh. That's how you know that you have skipped whatever wave he is currently trying to load. So if you pay attention and listen here, you'll see that directly when we cross the line the second time, Baal laugh track will happen a little bit later, and that means that we've skipped the wave. 4, 5. Now it's spawned. Oh! So right there, the moment that you cross over that line, if you've done it too early, he will begin laughing immediately. If you cross over that line and he doesn't laugh at all, that means that you were too late and he's already spawned the minions. So the fact that we cross the line and then maybe a half second later he starts laughing is the indication that this has been a good attempt. And we'll just rewatch so that you can see that it was the good attempt.
Oh! Did I get it?
This means that we should have skipped wave 1 at this point.
Dude, that is a huge baby. Hell yeah! We got it!
Okay, so there we see that we skipped wave 1. We started immediately on wave 2. This has some applications for characters that rely on fire damage, just because Colenso is immune to fire. You typically have to have a mercenary, and that mercenary can get pretty tricky to actually get to fight Colenso, since he will always attempt to target different minions. So this is really good on both the Druid and also on the Assassin, just in normal runs. This has much bigger applications for hell runs later on. So here we've cleared off wave 4, and we're trying to get wave 5 skipped. We'll come down to that little dot just below, go up just for a second, immediately turn back in. And you'll see that after crossing the line, we have that half-second pause and then the laugh. And this is how you know that you have skipped whatever wave you're on, and you'll see that Baal immediately goes in. No minions of destruction spawned at all. So here, we have the footage from where I managed to skip the first and the second wave in a row without initiating any wave summons in the Baal throne room after clearing it out. So what you're going to see is me attempting to initiate the laugh and then the action frame interruption, and then we're going to start directly on wave 5. So let's go ahead. I've started it from the beginning so we can watch all of it together, and you can see exactly how we get it done.
The immediate laugh, that one's bad. Oh, that one felt good. Okay, I think that one's good.
Something to highlight right there, and something that a lot of people who clear out Baal's throne room often will see. When Baal does the body clearing animation, which gets rid of everything, there's a little bit of lag when you first come walking back into the throne room. When Baal has identified that there are no monsters left, he will then clear bodies, and that lag time is something that you'll see all the time when you're using death strats in a normal speed run. So this is one of the really good indications that we've gotten the animation frame interrupt, and that the laugh that we just saw is actually him moving on to the next wave. So that means that we have now cleared the first wave. So if we were to screw this up, the second wave would spawn, but you'll see that we actually get all the way to the third wave on this one.
I'm positive that one's good. So that was wave 1 skipped. That one also kind of felt good. Okay. I'm gonna keep trying. Nope, immediate laugh. Immediate laugh.
Something really important to note here, just because we're getting good examples of it. Baal actually has 3 different kinds of laughs, and since one of the auditory cues that we're using is a bit of a lag time before the laugh starts up, the laugh that you just heard has a bit of a run-up where he comes in low and then starts laughing louder. I have now mistaken this one as a good laugh sequence, meaning that we have properly skipped. That one is a little bit trickier to really figure out. You need a bit more lag time before that run up into a louder laugh to actually know that you have skipped a wave. For people who are going to be trying to do this competitively, just keep in mind that there are different laugh tracks and they are going to sound different, since we're going to be looking for different auditory cues. Also, if you hear this laugh too many times, it starts to sound different. I think this is the point where Twitch chat informed me that there are in fact different laughs, and I just never knew that. And that is something that had been messing me up earlier in the stream. And in fact, I'm going to include the entirety of the stream recording down below so you can watch all of the raw footage in case you really want to. I think we ended up going for like 2.5 to 3 hours. It's just a lot of different attempts of this so you can kind of get the full picture of everything that we were working through, just in case you come up with different questions or different possible solutions for this. Does he do different laughs? Am I crazy? He has 3 laughs? Okay. I thought I was just going insane. Nope. Okay, that one also felt good. I'm just gonna keep doing this until he doesn't laugh. And then we'll see how many waves I've skipped. That one also felt good. Alright, where are we? Oh, I skipped 2 waves! So on that last attempt, since we didn't get a laugh at all, that's an indication that the monsters are currently spawned, and Baal is waiting for them to be cleared from the throne room. You just saw us skip the first and the second wave in a single attempt. There were a couple laughs in there. The highlighted ones where I tried to show you exactly when it felt good were probably that first laugh, and then I think it's the 4th or 5th laugh. Those were the actual skips, but this is proof that you can actually skip through every single wave. You could not fight a single thing in this room after you clear it out from all of the monsters. The last thing that we're going to cover in this video here is that you can actually save an attempt where you have attempted to interrupt the laugh too early, and you actually can continue to try until you either succeed or it's so late that Baal has summoned the wave. So here we have just killed wave 4, we're attempting to skip wave 5, and we are interrupting it too early, meaning we haven't actually gone to the point where he's attempting to do the animation to summon the monsters. He's actually still just finishing the laugh track sequence. Yeah, it might really come down to when you leave on the laugh as well. There's 2 parts to this, right? When you leave on the laugh and when you come in and how long you're in. Instant laugh. So don't listen to old stream macro. Old stream macro is incorrect at that point. It really doesn't matter when you leave the throne room, only that the laugh has started, and it really only matters when you re-enter the throne room. But what you'll see is that we have re-entered at a point where Baal has initiated a laugh immediately. This means that we have not been successful. And if we were to wait, he would just spawn wave 5. But you're able to re-leave the throne room and attempt it again and again until you either fail in its entirety and you summoned it, or you manage to succeed, which we have video footage of here. Laugh. Okay. We go back out. We have a bit of a delay there. And
I didn't
then
get
the
the lag
laugh.
though.
The only thing that we don't hear is the lag of him clearing bodies, and that's because he's actually already cleared the bodies. But as you'll see,
You
we
can
managed
save
to
it if
rescue.
you mess up.
Thank you, previous Mac. We've actually managed to rescue the attempt. So this does mean that if you are actively training to be able to do this, you can be overly cautious and attempt to go too quickly. And you know if you get the immediate laugh, you can still keep trying. So there you go. We've covered the fact that you can skip waves at all, the fact that you can skip multiple waves in a single throne room, the fact that you can skip multiple waves in a row, meaning that if you're good enough at this, you could skip every single wave and have a true sequence break for Diablo 2. And if you failed to skip the wave, if you were a bit too early, you can actually still salvage it and come back and try again. This is literally history in the making for the Diablo 2 speedrun. I'm so excited to see what other people manage to figure out about it, and maybe we can actually put some names to some of the conjecture that we're talking about. Again, I'm going to have the entirety of our stream down below so you can watch all the raw footage. While myself, BT, Teo, Indrik, Bender, a bunch of other runners, and a bunch of other prominent members in the Twitch chat community are trying to figure out exactly how this works. You can review the chat. That should all be up to date. That'll be right there on the left side of the screen. And feel free to comment below if you think that you've come up with any other information. I'll also leave a link down to my Discord channel. So in case you come up with more information, you want to reach out to me there, feel free to do so. This is crazy. I did not think that a game this old with this many people running it for this long would be finding crazy time save innovations like this after all of this time. But here you go. It's right there. It's a Wednesday, my dudes. So go have fun. Let me know what you see, and here's the next one. Have a good one.